Express emotions. Shout, shout, let it all out, say Tears for Fears on their hit Shout. In recent years, I have felt trapped and restrained by my emotions, as if I were an expressionless prison and my emotions were the inmates, only let out when absolutely necessary. I do not want to be a slave to my incarcerating thoughts any longer. I don't believe anyone ever should be. A clean way of preventing this is to simply let go. Let go of all your emotions and express your feelings as fluently as water flows down a creek. For all that matters, you'll always feel better after a good release. And I believe that the express lane of happiness lies deep in the vast jungle of our sentiments, and how and when we are allowed to show them determines our chances of finding it. A clear obstruction in this pursuit is the inexistent willingness of people of higher authorities to allow those below them to present their racked up emotions freely. Everyone feels, and at different times everyone feels differently. There are three main emotions, those being anger, sadness, and joy. All emotions make a person feel a certain way. Anger gets you agitated and mad, sadness leaves you depressed and worrisome, and lastly, joy makes you feel full and rejoiced. Though these sentiments may affect us greatly, nothing affects us like the inability to show them. Yes, people generally advise joy and sadness, but no one ever appreciates the alleviation of anger. Our emotional levels spark in times of panic, happiness, and sorrow. I only argue that the public should allow the society to feel, whenever and wherever. Having the power to express these feelings is what makes us human. No one should ever have the power to take that away from us. Not bosses, not teachers, and not even parents. Nowadays, you read the news, and you notice a child has killed him or herself. Do you ever stop to read that they might have committed suicide out of fear that their feelings weren't to be accepted? Our society has shaped authorities to feel allowed to abuse that so-called authority that they have been granted. Our bosses bombard us with insults if we exclaim how ridiculous we feel about an idea in an important meeting, or if we shout any word that might be frowned upon in our offices. Our teachers will find ways to punish us for maybe being comical in class because we've been feeling down during the day, or if we just feel like breaking out in tears because of that same reason. Our parents that have loved us and that want to love us and that want us to feel loved get offended when we raise our voices in pure frustration or get annoyed when our sensibilities to situations act up. In public, all people should be encouraged to present their emotions in most, if not any ways, they feel necessary. The most common belief is that all people should be respected, and it is upheld, and I do have that belief. But people have taken that belief out of hand. Now, if a discontent child rightly raises his or her voice at a parent, then apparently all hell must break loose over that child's innermost emotions. Parents also say they want you to talk to them about what might be having you feel this depressing feeling that you have every day. But sometimes there are some things that you just want to sob away. Likewise, if we ever talk negatively to our bosses, then we risk being penalized or even fired. Those we believe we can consult with our life's problems, called teachers, reject us when all we want is to openly show our sorrows, excitements, or our displeasures. When we speak, we are meant to channel our feelings through our voices. But if not allowed, then we feel utterly suffocated by our own mind and soul. Every single living person shall be encouraged to display their own mental state. You might think I am selling my point of view as if it was a right to express yourself, but you'd be wrong. It's only human nature to be oneself, and you'd be foolish to think it isn't. You'd simply be arguing that people should become lifeless robots. And I do hope that society learns to allow the most simplistic version of what is technically rehab in existence. Expression of emotions. I can't wait till the day that everyone's passions and sorrows and angers can be free at last. Thank you, God, for providing us refuge in you. But I think it's about damn time that humanity learned to support itself.